Welcome back, you guys. This video is going to be short and sweet. I did a set of gel nails about a week ago from today, and they still look amazing. They're still holding on, and I want to show you guys how I did them. So because I'm using gel, I am definitely putting down this dog pad. I got it from Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description box for you. To prep, I'll be using these two drill bits. Old Faithful, right? I use them all the time. And then, of course, I have my favorite cuticle pusher as well. All right, you guys, let's get started. So as always, I like to push my cuticles back first, and then I go in with my arbor band and the ball bit. Let me know if you guys do anything different. I feel like I've been prepping the same since like day one. Is there anything that you guys do differently? Let me know in the comment section below, especially if it's going to cut down on my time. But after I use the arbor band, I like to go in with my ball bit. I love a good ball bit, okay? And the key to using the ball bit is to use it in the reverse of the arbor band. So if the arbor band was going left to right, if it was going left to right, then you want to use the ball bit from right to left, because that ensures that you're cleaning the entire nail. So I hope that made sense. If not, just watch it back and you'll kind of get it. But if the arbor band went one direction, then you would use the ball bit in the opposite direction. And that, for me, really allows the nails to stay on. So I cleaned them all up with some alcohol, and now we're going in with the nail tips. These are from Nail Couture. I got them from a subscriber. Thank you so much if you're watching. Thank you. All right, nail crew, so I've sized the nail tips, and now I'm using that ball bit to etch the inside of the nails. Now, I know that plastic nail tips, you have to etch the inside so the gel sticks to it. These nail tips are supposedly made from gel, so you're not supposed to have to etch the inside. Like, etching the inside of gel tips is optional. Drop a comment below if enough of you guys say that you do not have to etch the inside of the gel tips and they will still last a long time. That's a step that I will definitely omit. So let me know. I'm going in with the I May Lee base coat. This is one of my favorite base coats. You can get it right on Amazon. Super affordable, and it actually feels like a rubber base coat. If you guys know what a rubber base coat is, it's very flexible, very strong, and it hugs the nail. That's what this I May Lee base coat feels like to me, so I really like it. So I'm applying a thin layer to all my nails, and then I'm doing a full 60-second cure. Now, one of the questions that I get often is, how much base coat do I put in the nails? And I can understand why that would be such a confusing question for a newbie, because if you don't put enough, then the nail won't stay secure. But if you put too much, then the base coat is oozing out of the nail. So that's very frustrating. So one thing that I like to do is use my nail plate as a guide and apply half the amount of my nail plate into the nail tip. Okay, so look at your nail plate. Think of that as a guide. Put half that into the nail tip, and that should be enough to cover your entire nail. So I'll give you a close-up of that so you could have a visual. And then another thing is, the finger that I am about to apply this nail tip to is a little bit crooked, okay? Don't come for me. It's just the way it is. So notice how my finger turns to the left a little bit. So when I apply this nail tip, I'm going to apply it more to the right. So I'm putting it on a little bit crooked on purpose, just to offset the crookedness of my nail. Okay, lovely. Then we're going to do a flash cure for about 10 to 15 seconds. So I like to hold the nail tip in place for about maybe about 10 seconds or so. Then I let it go, and I just cure without me holding it in place. And I do that for maybe like 5, sometimes 10 seconds. It's not a direct science. But once all nails are on, then I pop it in the oven. I let it bake. I do a full 60-second cure for all of my nails at one time. And I sing, Papa in the oven, Papa in the oven, Papa in the oven. I let her bake. What she doing? Bake. What she doing? Bake. Period. Now, once your nails come out the oven looking so beautiful, crispy and hot, they will be sticky. They will be very sticky. So I'm just using alcohol and a brush, and I'm just removing some of that inhibition layer that gel leaves behind. Some people feel like the gel that is left over is uncured gel, but that's not true. It is very cured. It's just a sticky inhibition layer that cured gel leaves behind. Now here's a step that I wish I could omit, but these nail tips are way too thin for me and my lifestyle not to encapsulate them. So the color is gorgeous. I'm just going to add a little bit more glitter just to give it some pop. But I love, love, love this pink shade. I just don't think that you could just apply them 1, 2, 3 and go as the way it's advertised. I just don't buy it. I feel like in 2 days, I'm going to have a chipped nail, a broke nail, something's going to go wrong. So I will be encapsulating today, and I'll be using gel to encapsulate my nails. Love gel. It's so easy to use, especially for beginners. So this glitter that I'm using, I'm applying it very thick because I'm using it as like a thickener for my nail, if that makes sense. I'm not just using it for the glitter optics because it's gorgeous. I'm also using it because I want it to thicken my nail up a little bit, and I want the glitter as opaque as possible. So I'm really like packing it in because I just want a full glitter nail. So I apply the glitter to my pinky and my ring finger, and then I cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds. Now I am going to encapsulate all of my nails, okay? Not just the glitter nail, but all of them, because like I said, I do not feel like these are thick enough for me. They're not thick enough for the way I get down. I'm very heavy-handed, so I need a thicker nail. I'm applying a very thin layer of this builder gel. That's layer 1. If you're new here, that's called a slip layer. So you just apply a very thin slip layer, exactly the way that you would with base coat. And then you go in with your bead. Now notice where I place my bead. Not all up on the cuticle, okay? Not all up on the cuticle. We are going to be closer to the center of the nail bed. And the reason for that is this is a self-leveling gel. So if you have a self-leveling gel and you put the first bead too close to the cuticle, as it starts to level out, it's going to drip and flip all over the cuticle, down the knuckle, to the elbow, all over the place. And now it's just a big sticky mess. So I like to go about halfway to the nail plate. I like to start there. I work my way down to the nail tip. When I run out of gel, it's fine. I just grab another bead and start right where I left off. And I'm applying very thin pressure. That's why I said this is really, really good for beginners, because all you do is apply very light pressure and allow the gel to cover the nail. That's it. And then notice in the back, that gap that I left by the cuticle area is already starting to fill in, because again, this is self-leveling gel, so it's leveling out, especially for my beginners. I have to give my beginners a shout out, because I remember when I was just starting to do nails, not only did they take me like 3 hours, right? Not only did they take me 3 hours, but I felt like I was doing surgery to file out the lumps and bumps. So, oh my goodness, that was just like horrible. But, you know, I loved it. It was terrible, but I loved it at the same time. All right, so notice how I turned my thumb over. That's also to just help it level out some more. So by turning my thumb over, that allows the gel to pool at the apex. So it's allowing me to cheat and build an apex without building an apex. So I went ahead and I cured that for about 15 seconds. You don't have to do a full cure yet. Okay, that's going to save time in the end. So I just do about a 15-second cure just to stop it from draining and dripping while I move on to the next finger. And I'm just going to do exactly the same thing on my next finger. The gel that I'm using is from the company, the POTTLE. If you guys watched any of my videos in the past, you know I love this gel. I use it all the time. Super clear. It works really, really well, and I think it's beginner friendly. But if you guys have any other gels you want me to try, because I'm really digging builder gels right now. Like, you know, I love polygels. I have a ton of polygel videos, and I love acrylic. But for some reason, I feel like gel, like I'm just moving more towards gel. So if you guys have a gel that you want me to try, or your favorite gel that you think I would enjoy, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll tell you exactly what I want, nail crew. Okay, I want a set of clear, crystal clear gel, just like this one. This one I love. Okay, this one I love. I'm just looking for backups just in case, you know what I mean, in case I can't get my hands on it. So something like this with self-leveling properties. And I want really nice pinks, nudes, tans, you know, a really nice nude collection of gels. That's what I'm looking for. If you guys know of a company with nice nudes and tans that I could get my hands on. Oh, I would love that. Drop it below. Drop it below. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. All right, so the glitter nails, even though they already have gel on them, I am still encapsulating because I still do have to file and buff, and I don't want to buff or file away any of my glitter. So I am encapsulating that, and I'm doing that the exact same way that I did the other nails. I'm brushing on a slip layer, and then I'm going in with a small bead, working that down to the tip. When it runs out, I grab another bead and I work that all the way down to the tip. If you have excess gel on your brush, just put that back in the gel pot. No problem, okay? Do a flash cure for about 15 seconds. Move on to the next nail. Once all nails have gel on them, do a full 60-second cure. Let them all cure together. Again, the nails are super sticky, so I'm going in with my alcohol and brush, and I'm just brushing away all that sticky inhibition layer that the gel leaves behind. That is one downside for me from gel, but the fact that it levels out so well and I don't have a lot of finish filing in the end to do, that's just a big plus. And I'm just loving gel more and more. But look at me here, cleaning up all the sticky. The stickiness just really gets everywhere. So I just make it a point to wipe everything down before I move on. Otherwise, you'll forget. You'll come back and touch it and annoying. So here I am going in with my hand file. Just like if you were doing polygel or acrylics, I like to go in with my hand file first, get the shape that I want, and then go in with my e-file. I am going for more of an almond today than a stiletto. Why? I'm tired of poking holes in my clothes. I'm tired of scratching my eyes out. I'm tired of going to sleep wondering if I'm going to wake up bleeding. So I'm not doing a stiletto today. I am doing almond. We're going to leave the tips just a little bit round. Now feel free to make your sharp daggers as daggery and sharp as you want to, but no, not today. Not today. So this is what we're going with today, okay? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Now I'm going in with my ceramic safety drill bit. Again, this is something great for beginners. The safety piece of it allows you to get close to the cuticles without being afraid that you're going to cut yourself. Of course, you still have to use common sense. You know what I mean? You still have to use it at a speed that is comfortable for you. So start off at about a 2 or a 3 and work your way up until whatever you feel comfortable. But the safety piece does allow you to get closer to the cuticle without being afraid that you're going to cut yourself. Also, the ceramic drill bit doesn't heat up as much as the metal ones. So that allows you to get over your initial fear of using the file and hurting yourself and hurting someone else, which allows you to just practice, right? Because you're only going to get better if you practice, but you can't practice if you're afraid. So here we go, filed, and now we are buffing. Regular old normal buffing block, no special tips here. We're just going to buff our nails. Again, with the gel and the self-leveling properties, there really shouldn't be a lot of filing. So if you're not comfortable with an e-file yet, use a hand file and then a buffer and you'll be just fine. All right, so I started off using my Ocala top coat because I really love it, but apparently I love it too much and it was out. Switched to my nails top coat, which was fine. It did the job. It got the job done. So just applying that to all the nails, and ooh, don't you love when you apply top coat to glitter and it goes from dusty to shiny? That is like the best part always for me. That is the best part always. All right, so after you apply your top coat to all your nails, go ahead and give that a full 60-second cure. Your last cure of the day. And we're going to nourish our cuticles because we deserve it. At this point, the cuticles have been filed. You had alcohol on them. You scrubbed them. You brushed them. Let's nourish them. And while we're at it, let's apply some lotion to our hands and our arms. You know why? Because we also deserve that. Our cuticles deserve to be nourished, and so does our hands and our arms. So let's just pamper ourselves. This is a PSA to pamper yourself today. PSA, pamper yourself today. Here's what the nails look like. Super simple and beginner friendly. I love them. I love them. Listen, they're not too sharp. I won't lose an eye. But they're gorgeous, they're simple, very beginner friendly. Let me know what you guys think about them in the comment section below. I love you guys so much. Bye.